I'm making a meal I just don't make. I can't even remember the last time I made it. It's phenomenal. Lunch. I mean, seriously, when was the last time you made lunch? We have Shabbat lunch, which is a whole enterprise within itself. And Sunday lunch is usually like pizza or we eat leftovers. But weekday lunch? Everyone's home and all of a sudden they want lunch. Amazing. Anyhow, lunch is easy. We like grab things, we put them together. And today I'm giving you an idea for potato boats. Super easy. And hopefully you can get the ingredients. I don't know if you can. I don't know what your supermarket's like. Ours is crazy. But that said, it's also Pesach friendly. And I want to tell you a little bit about the awesome, amazing, incredible potato. Can you imagine Pesach without potatoes? Like seriously, Pesach without potatoes, is that even a thing? And yet, they're a really late addition to our repertoire on Pesach. The first European to meet a potato isn't until 1537, which is really late when you consider Pesach has been around for thousands of years. And they discover it in northern Peru. The tribes of the Andes Mountains have been cultivating potatoes for thousands of years. But the potato actually only makes its way to Spain in 1570 and then to the rest of Western Europe by 1600, in Eastern Europe by 1700. But they won't eat it. They think the potato is poison, and they're not so wrong. When a potato is exposed to sun, I'm sure you've seen it, the skin starts turning green. And that green skin and flesh is really bitter, and some people have an allergic reaction to it. In fact, my sister can't peel potatoes because she has an allergic reaction to them. So weird. But I'll continue with potato histories in a minute. Let's just look at what we have here. I've got 7 small, but the recipe is for 6 medium baked potatoes, which I took out the flesh. I made little potato shapes. I use this cool thing called a potato ricer. Check that out. You put the potato in there, you press down, and you get potato type rice mush. You could do this with a potato masher, with a fork, you know, have at it. This one's from IKEA. Super cheap, super useful. I've got one for the year and one for Pesach. And I've got the rest of my ingredients. So, on to potatoes. With my mashed potato, I'm adding to it 2 cans of tuna, which I drained. 1 carrot, which I've grated. And half a cup of mayonnaise, as I was telling you about the potato. So in 1774, there's this massive famine in France. Frederick the Great, the Prussian ruler, sends potatoes to the starving peasants and they refuse to eat it. They still think it's poison. In fact, the only people, things, animals consuming potatoes from 1600 until this point in 1774, it's, you know, fodder for livestock. That's who's having the potatoes. No one else, even though governments are insisting that people plant potatoes. So how does everything change? I have my notes here. The man's name is Antoine Auguste Parmentier, I can't do French, who is a French prisoner of war in Germany during the 7 Years' War. And there, the Germans feed these prisoners potatoes because they think that, you know, it's only good for livestock and prisoners. Parmentier, after he is released from his imprisonment, finds that he's healthy. He's subsisted on a diet of potatoes and done it really, really well. He comes out healthier than you would have imagined, a convict coming out. He then spends his life promoting the potato. And things change for the better all over Europe because of the potato. And we'll discuss potatoes more as we approach Pesach. But keep in mind, for most of our collective celebration of Pesach, there were no potatoes. Imagine that. Oh my goodness. All right, my mix is ready. I've added salt to it. I'm gonna add some pepper. And I know, super easy, super simple, but super delicious and totally what you want to be serving for lunch today. So we're gonna put a scoopful, let's go for a big one, there. A scoopful of our tuna, mashed potato, and carrots. And I have a picky eater at home. Are you finding your kids are a little less picky than they used to be? I'm thinking they will be. And I'm topping it with some grated cheese. And I'm hoping that my one very picky eater won't notice the difference between the cheese, the orange cheese, and the carrots. I'll let you know if I get away with it. So there are my potato boats. I'm gonna fill them all up. I'm gonna put it under the broiler so that the cheese gets nice and like bubbly and crispy. And lunch is served. Get in touch. Tell me what you're making for lunch. Tell me your Pesach ideas, and I'll be sharing more potato history and how the potato revolutionized world jewelry. Can you believe it? I can, because I know how much I love potatoes. All right, see y'all soon.